Hello again. Man, I switch farms. That shot in my shoulder yesterday sure is causing me problems today. I couldn't hardly move my arm when I got up and it hurt so bad. I've done some stretching and trying to keep moving it so it doesn't get stiff and lock up again. I just took a break and that seems to have had some McDonald's for lunch. That seems to have made it kind of tight again. Good. At least it's not so hot today. But just kind of a nice reprieve after all this heat for so long. But up and on to other things. I'll show you where I'm at working today on the truck. I've been doing some sanding, and just like I suspected, I had to go down to 120 grit to cut through that clear coat. But you got to be real careful because it'll cut through the paint real fast, because the paint's not that thick on this door. But here's where I'm at. I'm going to step back. And I'm just using my DA with it to do it. But all these areas that are shaded like this is still the clear coat. And this is the paint underneath. Yeah, they didn't even wet sand that clear coat. Must have been a good 4 coats of clear on there. But it has so much orange peel. Oops, you can see it. It's hard to get the sandpaper to cut through there. But I'm working it. Just one section at a time. I still gotta hit some of those areas like right there. Get that clear coat off. Up through there. The bare metal spots, that's going to be patinaed, like I said before. I'm working on the cab corner now, trying to get the clear coat off of there. And stuff. I don't know what those people were thinking. I mean, they did, instead of just cutting out what little bit of rust probably was about here, they used the full patch panel, came clear up there, and I doubt that it was rusted that far up, because usually it's the bottom 4 to 6 inches. It's got rust somewhere in there. So, yeah, I'm getting kind of anxious to get it patinaed and clear coated with the satin. There's a few spots like that was cracked, and you can see the Bondo was cracked, so it rusted in behind it. So now there's a crater there. I'm going to try and sand that out smoother. That was evidently a high spot. That's cratered. High spot, high spot, high spot, high spot there, low spot there. I ain't gonna worry about it. I'm trying to make it look gold. So, yeah, it'll still be orange when it's done, just with a lot of patina. So, and I do have some areas on that up there that are low. I'm gonna have to hammer and dolly, like this whole section, that section, this long section, this section. So, yep. That, and I'll put a skim coat of filler on it. call it good. Because there's filler everywhere on this truck. So, yeah, that's where I'm at. I'm doing my best to struggle through this soreness. I overslept this morning and missed my physical therapy appointment. But that's alright. I'll make up for it when I go in Friday. So, alright. I'll come back later when I got more done. So, we'll see you then. Okay, I got the driver's door as done as I'm going to do it, except for I need to get a hand block and do this. DA doesn't work that great on doing a corner. But, yeah, that dent was filled with over a ½ inch of Bondo. And then you can see that's a good 3/8 of an inch there. And a good 1/4 of an inch here. And instead of, since they drilled the holes to pull the dent, instead of welding the hole shut, they just filled them with Bondo. I knew that from looking at it from the inside. I mean, yeah. So, all the way from there down to there, just filled with Bondo. So, I don't know. Part of me is just saying things like that, dent, leave it. Finish grinding all this Bondo out. And go from there. There's somewhere up there, oh, right there. There's 2 holes they drilled and filled with Bondo. There's some over there on that corner. This whole section is nothing but Bondo. You can see, like there, it's cracking. So I'm thinking, just grind it all down to bare metal. And leave the dents. Maybe fill a couple. And it's figure out a way to patina it with some orange in there to finish it. And some brown. I'm not finding hardly any of the factory blue paint on here. If you look here, there's a black factory primer and a gray primer, a light gray primer, where am I? A medium gray primer, 2 coats of orange, and then a thick coat of clear. This will give you an idea how thick this clear is on this thing. And the orange. So, yeah, I'm kind of totally besides myself with this. I never intended for this project to go this far. So, I don't know. I mean, you can see the waves in this whole back section. So, yeah, I'm gonna break out my grinder with a flap disc and just grind all that out. Yeah, what a nightmare. I hate people that half-ass work. like this. I mean, they had full access to the panel. Why not hammer and dolly it out? But whatever hit through this section, creased it all the way up through here, and then again up there. And it hit hard, whatever it was. Damn. All right. I took the door handle off because I got to get new seals for it. I need to order new seals for around the mirror. And this still hasn't got all this clear off. That clear, damn, that stuff is hard to cut through. And I'm using 120 to cut that, and it's just clogging up the paper on the DA. So, probably going to go down to 80 grit in some areas. But I'm seriously thinking about welding that cap seam shut, but seeing the issues with it, I mean, I'd have to split it just below the, well, into this curve, all the way along the back, pull it out so it would line up, or cut up into the top and push it in. And right now, at this point, it's just not worth the effort. Especially since I just want to get it on the road. Yeah. Alright. Enough whining about it. I'm going to take a break. Finish grinding all this crap out. Son of a gun. Man. I just wish people would do work the correct way. But, like my brother-in-law told me after he sold it to me, the guy that sold it to him said it was just a quick flip vehicle. Well, I'm seeing the depth of that now. So, alright, I'll be back after I get more done. Well, I decided with this thing, let me turn this around and show you. I got all that done, we got to put a lock cylinder in here, and this whole door is full of Bondo, so move my ladder. I decided, since it's full of Bondo, I'm just going to take my electric drum sander and strip it all the way to bare metal. Do the same with everything else on the cab. All the way around. I'll check this door to see how bad it is. I'll strip that fender all the way down to bare metal. And go from there. I discovered they apparently, when it was a military truck, had something anchored here. You can see the screw holes. And then apparently here, here, and here. I'm thinking they might have ran like a cable in there, and they had lights up here. But yeah, there's even more holes through here that they just bondoed in. There. bunch over there. One, the Bondo actually fell out while I was grinding. So I'm going to knock all those others out, weld the hole shut, grind the welds down, and I'm just going to leave these dents. And then I'll go back and do my, I like coat of primer in areas, do some brown, a little bit of gray, and a lot of bare spots, and then I'll do my patina. It's just be a lot easier taking it all the way to bare metal, starting all over. You can see all this Bondo all through up through there. There's places down there, up there, down there. So, and if it's because it's, and there's even Bondo clear up in here. If it's because it's warped or whatever, I can use my shrinking disc I just got and see if that'll straighten it somewhat and go from there. But you know how much longer I'm going to be able to work. It's almost 7 o'clock. And we're starting to get some lightning, some thunder. So since this building is not grounded, I don't want to be out in it if lightning hits it. Damn fly, leave me alone. But yeah, since I got new lock cylinders, I'll put a lock cylinder in here, change out the one on the passenger door so that it'll use the same key. Yeah, look at those waves. I don't know why the camera froze, but yeah, it's, and some reason here in the middle, it leans out at the top. But that's my next step. Just get that drum sander out and go to town on it. Strip it all the way down. The roof needs stripped too. Because all that. So to do that, I'll take the sunroof out because it's peeling around it and it leaks. That way I can stand inside the cab. You can see how much of the clear coat's peeling. And all that. Seam sealer's got to be broke out and re-sealed all the way around. So, yep, I kind of shot myself in the foot today working on this, I guess. I don't know. Guess I didn't really. I learned a lot more about what was wrong and what was hidden. So, yeah, there's even more holes there. Damn. They're just everywhere on this thing. Yes, spent a lot of time welding holes shut. So I'm going to do everything. The step side comes into about here. So I'll do all this down. This I'll leave alone because it's all hid behind the bed anyways. Yeah, that'll be my next challenge. Get all that done. Get it stripped bare metal. If I'd have known I was going to end up going this far, I could have customized it like my Cetera. Just not as extreme. I could do a 2-inch chop on this and it would look good. And I wouldn't have to cut any of the windows or modify any of the way the windows mount. But no, I'm not going to. I said I was going to do a mild custom job on it, and that's what I'm going to stick with. So, alright, that's going to be a wrap for this video for today. And I'll be back out here sometime tomorrow. I'm going to change oil in the car in the morning. And I know I got to go grocery shopping. Walmart. Anyways, that's all beside the point. I know, I get sidetracked real easy. So, alright, I'm out. Y'all have a good one.